Is there a child in here that we heard crying before?
That was like a whistle. Yeah.
Ghost Dimension.
Hey everybody, I hope you're all having a great Tuesday. It's been kind of crazy weather since yesterday. We've had like rain, hail, sleet, go down to 36 degrees at night. We had a nice hard frost, and then we had some sun for maybe 5 minutes yesterday and probably less than that today. So it's been an interesting weather day. I want to say hello to everybody that's here. And of course, Margaret and Vic, I'll get you guys in just a second. The toddler's up on a timeout on his perch. He's grooming himself. Mango and Pip are in today, and the Keats are really interestingly loud today. The toddler was actually acting like a toddler, and his new little gig is pick up his metal, his steel food dish, and bang it on the cage like a prisoner whenever he wants me to do something. So it's been fun. Excuse me. So, all right, let's just get into it. And hi, Jess. How are you? Oh, I thought I saw Jess. No, I didn't. My glasses. I must be going to see her. All right, so let's start with you today. I'm going to take cards out of the box. Oops, let's get them all out, right? Okay, so, and then we're going to shuffle them for you. Hi, Amanda. How are you? I hope you're well. All righty then. Yeah, I posted all over. Feel free to repost it so your friends can see it if they want to come on and possibly get chosen for a card today. Whew. Okay, here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For those of you, hi Barb. For those of you that are new here, I always pick the 7th card because there's 7 directions. 7's a sacred number, and for the 7 grandfather teachings. Okay, so today your card, Margaret, is fire. Okay, so fire is actually a challenging element to work with, but fire brings in the fact for you it's about wielding that fire, and by wielding I mean dealing with it, because you need to let go of some things that you've been kind of holding on to, and they don't want you to drag it forward. You know, you can always remember stuff, but you shouldn't like feel like, oh, guilty about, oh, I could have done this or I should have done that. You really have to use that fire to kind of sever that and send it back, and don't have guilt over it. The biggest thing everybody's feeling, because the world is in such chaos right now, is the fact that so much is impacting us. It's kind of overwhelming. So they don't want you dragging forward any of your old pain, your trauma, relationships with people that are maybe no longer in your life. Just like clean that out. okay? And it will gently take it out. Just don't feel guilty because, Margaret, you can't go backwards and change things. So there's no purpose to carrying that grief or that guilt forward, right? But again, you can still remember people and events. But what it's done is it's given you something to put into your toolkit to be able to maneuver life as you walk it, in ways that perhaps you've already learned from. So that's what I talk about, the toolkit being. It's all your experiences. It's all of our experiences. Everybody does the same thing. And if we let them go as far as the trauma or the guilt or whatever with it, and then just pull that in because you learned. So we can't step back in time, but we can step forward. So when you step forward, it'll be with the knowledge of all the things that you've learned up to this point. So Margaret, that is your card today, and it is fire. Hi Pixie, yeah, I see you. I'll get down to you guys. I gotta go back up top for a minute. Yep. Hi, Vic. Oh, excuse me. Hope you're well. Sorry, my voice is really, my throat is really, sounds like a frog. I got homemade chicken noodle soup up on the stove cooking. So when I'm done here, that's what I think I'm gonna do. And of course, today I didn't bring tea in, which would have probably helped my throat. But that's okay. As long as you guys can deal with it, it's fine. All right, Vic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I gotta also tell you, Vic, thank you, because everybody misses this, and I don't know if y'all have looked. And unfortunately, like on my pages, they won't allow me to do it. But the way I write my name out, Bear Medicine Walker, is Bear is all small letters. So you're like the first one I've seen do that in a long time, and I'm happy for that. Medicine Walker is like the surname, and that begins with a capital. But my name, Bear, is small because that's it's about being humble and accepting what we have to do. So it's always written with a small letter, and I bet y'all didn't know that. So thanks, Vic, for doing that. All right, so your card today is the bat. I was actually watching something on National Geographic yesterday about bats. They're very amazing. People are freaked out by them, but I think the main reason is because the entertainment industry has kind of linked them with vampires or evil, but they're not. They're actually very good for the environment. They're good to have around. They take out mosquitoes and all kinds of that larva and gnats and all that kind of stuff that we don't want to deal with as humans. So they're really good. And and I will say, I was like, when I was in my 20s, I went to the barn to let my horses out and feed them in the morning. And when I opened the door, I had a bat, a little fruit bat that dropped into my hair. And of course, it's struggling because it got caught in my hair and it's panicked because they can't see. The eyesight is so poor, they use their ears for hearing. So it's like a radar. And they listen to sounds and how they bounce off things, which is actually quite amazing if you think about it. And this is what's coming through for you, is you kind of have this blind spot right now going on that you're not seeing. Not only are you not seeing it, I almost feel like part of you doesn't want to know, if that makes sense. So what they're saying is look and delve into it deeper. It's not going to hurt you, whatever the situation is. And I kind of feel like it's with another person. But put your radar up. Trust your instinct. Trust your gut. Don't depend on just what you see with your own eyes, like behavior or things that are happening or occurring in your life at this time. But be aware by listening to that intuition. Because there's sometimes that's more valuable to people to figure out situations than actually seeing them. Because sometimes what we see doesn't exactly represent what's going on. So that's what you need to pay attention to right now, Vic. And again, it's nothing bad. It's just you need to be aware, but you're missing it. And again, I almost want to say what they're saying and showing me is like almost because you don't want to know or you're not interested in looking into it, but there's some stuff there that you should know. So just let that register with your intuition and your insight, and it should be good. It just gives you a bigger picture of what's going on with stuff. So that is your card today, and it's the Bat. All right. I can throw you a card if you want. Not a problem. Welcome. That's good because Sean and Bex are the best, right? I love my kids. They're doing great things. And I was actually looking, I'm shuffling your cards, by the way. I was actually looking yesterday for a while and how long I've had the relationship I do with the kids. And I'm just so blessed to have them in my life. And I don't know where time has gone. And a lot of you are still here from the beginning of the pandemic and all the way through that because we all helped each other get through stuff. So that was really cool. So welcome. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so this card's been coming up quite a bit, actually. So this is your card today, and it's the horse. Okay, so the horse represents a few different things. Okay. Yep. Okay, so but with what's coming through for you today, it's about roaming. The wild horses that roam. Sometimes they'll show me, a lot of times, like in the barn or out in the pasture, in the barn, out in the pasture. This is like roaming. So this is like a wild horse. So there's like, okay. All right. So it's like you go through life with kind of no boundaries. Like you're willing to go into different situations or meet different people or different members of what might be included with what you call your family, not by blood, but by choice. And I feel like there's like endless roaming. Like you haven't quite found the spot that you want to stay in. Now, whether that's where you want to stay in with your sacred circle and what that is all things that you regard as spiritual and sacred to you, the most important things in your life. It can be people, places, events, whatever, but we all have them and we hold them very close. But the thing is, you've got no boundaries. So, okay, so sometimes when we go into things or places or meet people or whatever, and we don't have those boundaries set, we wind up roaming, like not being able to connect the way we should, not being able to get the most out of that time slot with you, with other people or events. But this is about you starting to build that area. You need to put up some fences because of a lot of it is, sorry, my nose is itching. A lot of it is about the chaos that the world's in. And it's like we need to roam less and take care of us more. And that's by setting the boundaries on the outside. And they like show me this horse and they're trying to put it in a pasture, right? With a fence and a gate that goes to the barn. And it's like every time you kind of step in there to like settle a little bit, you bust out. It's like you just go and you go. And again, it's not a personal bad thing. It's not a judgment. They just said you go wild. It's like you go off in 1,000 different directions at the same time. So they're asking you to now maybe close a little bit more of that fence line in and understand that that's your safe place and you can go out again. But right now it's a time for you to stay within that sacred space. So, and by sacred space, I mean the things that are familiar with you, the things that are important to you, where you are home. Okay. So Yeah, and it's like, don't keep roaming, because it's almost like if you do that, you're going to get into trouble, or you're going to get into a situation that you really don't want to be in, but it's just because you're roaming. And they keep laughing. They just keep showing this Mustang roaming all over the place. So kind of settle down, not settle down, but settle in a little bit, and take care of what you need to take care of, and you'll be fine. Just kind of bring it in a little bit. Okay, so I hope that resonates for you. And your card is the horse. There you go. Oh, can't see it. I got the sun coming in now. There you go, the horse. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it, and I hope it resonates. Okay, yeah, Barb, I can. Okay, Lee Bridgewater. Cool. That's awesome. Hi, Samantha Muir. How are you? If you guys want to read, just put it in the thing, and I'll go down the list and see where we go. Right now, let me get here for Barb. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so your card today is the salmon. Okay, and fall is a good time for this card to come up into and play into. This is about, okay, so salmon represent water, renewal, but this is representing struggles right now. It's like the struggles you're having, because what they're showing me is the salmon, which do at this time of year swim upstream to lay their eggs, and then they go. That's their purpose, the end of life purpose for them. Okay, and then so they get renewed because all the eggs will be there, fertilized, and hatch, right? So the species continues. But what I'm seeing right now is what they're showing me is the struggles of the fish actually going upstream, right? So it's like, I feel like you get to a point and then you get smacked back, and then you go up and you try again, and you get a little farther and you get smacked back, but not all the way down to the bottom. So this is a cycle. This is something that there's, and I know we all hate them, but there's lessons to be learned in it. And I feel like this has been going on for a little bit. And but like the salmon, because it continues to again begin life, a renewal of life, the struggles will be a little bit still, and they're kind of, some of them are intense, some of them are to the point where they're telling me, like, you just, like, what the heck, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to struggle with this anymore. And believe me, I know that feeling. I hate that feeling. And sometimes I like, really, is what I say to the universe, like, really, did you have to do that? So that's a feeling I'm getting. But just keep up that that movement forward, because even though you're getting kind of set back a little bit, you're still gaining. Okay, because it's like not like you're all the way back to the beginning. So you are gaining. It's just going to be a rough part right now. And just keep putting out the positives and picturing good things or the goal that you're trying to get, because sometimes I feel that with what they're showing me, it's like you go like, how come it's taking so long? I can't do this anymore. Why are they doing this to me? And all those why are they doing it? Or, oh my gosh, I can't go through with it again, or whatever is what's bringing the stuff to dump on you. And they literally are dumping water on you right now is what they're showing me. And the water pushes you back. So I hope this resonates for you. Use the water, the symbol with the coho salmon, the water to replenish and energize yourself. And I think maybe by the end of just around Thanksgiving time in the US, I think is things will start clearing and you'll have reached that pinnacle is what they're saying. All right. So I hope that resonates for you, Barb. And there you go. It's coho salmon. Well, I am glad to meet you, Lee. All right, Samantha, how are you? I hope you're well. Okay, I'm going to go down here to Miss Pixie. Let's see what I can get for you today. Hey, there's Presh. Yeah, if y'all don't know, Presh always brings her family with her from Spirit whenever she's here. It's always a fun thing. I've never met Presh before here, and that's really the only place I know her. But her family brings through a lot of cool stuff for her and for other people, lessons for other people, right? All right. So, by the way, Miss Pixie, I saw that grandbaby today. Little Bear's jeans. Boy, did he look sweet in those jeans. I said to his mother, I said, man, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I told her he's going to break some hearts when he gets in school. Oh, those baby girls are going to love him. All right, so your seventh card, the seventh card for you today is the raccoon. Okay, so, you see the raccoon, and yeah, it's in the tree. They're sneaky little buggers, okay? They are real sneaky little buggers. And they kind of act like toddlers. They're just sneaky. And I know a lot of people like that live in the woods and stuff like to feed them, and that. I don't, because of the fact that they get into trouble. And this is what I'm being shown is something that's going on. If you keep messing with it or you keep trying to get through it or whatever it is, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Yeah, because like the raccoon's like, as he's being shown looking throughout the tree itself is kind of like something happens and then they draw back. Something happens and then they draw back. Something happens and they draw back. Let it go. Because if you keep pursuing whatever this is, you'll get yourself in trouble. Or maybe not trouble, but in a predicament that you don't want to really deal with. It's almost like they're doing what they're doing to drag you into their mess. But yeah, don't be the raccoon and go in and start messing with it. Just let it go. If you let it go, it won't be a problem. But if you get drawn in and sucked into it, you're going to have issues with having to not only deal with it, but get through it and get to the end of it and out of it. So let it go and don't waste your energy on whatever this is, okay? All right, there you go. And that's your card today, Miss Pixie, and I hope you are well. And that resonated. All right. Oh, let's see. Let me see. You love bots? Sure, Amanda. Oh, my leg is not feeling great today. Boy, when they say weather changes affects your bones, let me tell you, they do. Alrighty. Fidgety today. That's what I am. Okay, Amanda, let's see what I got for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. All right. So your card today is the gull. Okay. Gulls, a lot of people don't like them. They call them flying rats, and they kind of call them that for a reason because they get into stuff that they don't need to get into. I had one time I came out of a restaurant and I placed my food carry out on top of my vehicle, and before I could get the door unlocked, the little brat came in and absconded with my lunch. So yeah, they're a lot sometimes. But the thing is, they're very intelligent. And if we observe, and I tell people this all the time, if you observe nature and how they act or how they respond to certain elements that come into their life, you'll learn a lot about how to maneuver through your own life. And right now, this seagull is just free floating. So you ever see those when they skydive and they just stay in one spot? This is what the bird is doing. It's riding the currents, but it's staying in the same spot. It's kind of freaky sometimes when you watch it, and not all birds can do that. There's only a few, but the seagull does it really well. And this is what I'm seeing. You're almost in a place of like, oh, what's the word they're showing me? You're almost in a place of Like you don't want to move forward. They're showing me like you don't want to move forward with whatever this is going on, and you're just kind of staying and living in that moment. Okay. And they're saying that that's well and good to stay in the moment with things that you don't let go, that were good, that are happy memories, that are bring joy to our lives. But there's a point where you sort of need to move forward so that you have new experiences, because we can't get and stay in one spot all the time, or we don't move forward with anything. New things don't come in. And this is what I feel. It's like you're there and it's cool and you're happy being right there, but you have to give yourself a chance at the new positive opportunities that are coming in. And it's almost like, I don't want to say it's not scared. They're like, you're afraid to break the calm. Like if something that you were to do moving forward would break that feeling of peace and calm. And that is just going back and forth in that wind and riding those currents. So just kind of trust yourself, because good things will happen, but you have to allow it to happen. You want more positives, you have to walk forward and allow the positives to come in. And keep putting those thoughts out about positives, not negatives, right? So don't ask, oh, can I stay here? Why can't I stay here? Or I don't want to move any farther because how much more can I take in my life of negative stuff? And if you ask the universe, they'll dump it on us, all right? But if you're moving at a peaceful place and you're asking for positives and you're setting goals for yourself, just think outside the box and go ahead and move forward a little bit. So that's your card today, Amanda, and I hope that resonates for you. And thanks so much for coming on today. I appreciate it. Oh, bats. You know what? Pixie, I thought you said bots because we get bots in here all the time. Yeah, on the stream. You're very welcome, ma'am. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, Margaret. See, that's really good. Hi, Cindy Pinkham is in the house. Very, very welcome. Very welcome. All right. Very welcome for you, too. Okay, now I'm going to go down a little bit here. Hi, Mandy. How are you? Up, it just all jumped up and all around. Hang on. Okay, there I go. Okay. Yeah, you can't do that. You've got to take care of yourself. You know, we all have that guilt. Yeah. I'm glad that resonated for you. Okay, let me see here. Hi, Val. I see you too. You're very welcome. Okay, Val. Yes, I will give you a card, Miss Val. Hang on here. I'm going to go up. I love you too, Pixie. All right. All right. So let's do this. Memories. Woo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, well, I get this. All of a sudden, sitting here seeing your name, shuffling the cards, I hear in my head, which is a song which I haven't heard in years, memories. Memories light the corners of my mind. And then I threw this. Okay, so bear, although that's my name, that's not what this is. Bear represents endings and beginnings. Okay, so it also represents the West, which is endings and beginnings. So we're in a period of fall, different ways in every country. You know, sometimes it's warmer, sometimes it's cold. Like if I go down south, it's warmer than it is here. We get snow, they don't get snow down south. So it's all about relevancy of where that is for you, fall. Okay, but it's really important because you need to tie up the loose ends. Okay, so they're showing me like projects or things that you've been doing that you really need to tie up and let it go. Okay, like finish it. Don't procrastinate. They tell me that a lot. Don't procrastinate, right? Because then what happens is we got to do everything in a rush. And then sometimes when we do everything in a rush, we miss things that needed to be taken care of. But this into the end of the month, which I think Halloween, I think, is the last day of the month, if I recall correctly. You have that time to do that so that why it frees up space in your life and it frees up things that are going to be coming into you that are positive goals that you've set up or people that you want to connect with. So you got to clean that out. And then when November sets in, it's time to kind of put out those new things, those new goals, those new things you want to manifest, those new ideas. But you really got to do the tidy first. It's like they always show me, and I always think this is funny because they show me a bear in hibernation in a cave, and then when it wakes up, you know, the den has to be cleaned out, right? Kind of like our homes do. Like there's a spring cleanup, and then I laugh because there's always fall cleanup too, and everybody forgets that. So you need to clean all that old stuff out, and then positives will be coming in. But you only have a little bit more time because, like I said, they're showing me the end of the month, which is Halloween. So put it out there to manifest, but really look at things that you need to shut off, finish, whatever it is. Even if it's people that you're walking away from, like maybe people that were close to you, you just gently put them on the outside because they're not resonating right now with you or you're not communicating with them at all. You know, and I always laugh with that too, because people like you'll have taken them and put them on the outside like months ago. And all of a sudden they'll come up out of nowhere and say, hey, you know, hey, why did you, like, I haven't heard from you. Well, I haven't heard from you either. So it's about what's important for you and take care of that so that new things can come in. And I hope that resonates for you. I always love the bear card. So thanks for popping in, Val. I appreciate your being here. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad that works for you. That's a good thing. My member, so close to being gone. I hope someone gifts. Okay, I don't know, but you don't have to be a member to see when I read. I read on Ghost Dimension. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Facebook. You know, I'm everywhere. So, yeah. Okay. Mia. Mine is being a brat today, guys. It's like kind of crazy right now. Well, I don't see anybody else on today, probably because I didn't advertise again today and didn't put nothing up. So I'm not sure what I should do. Well, I'll sit for a couple minutes. I do have for you all, I just finished another painting and I got one more to go, and then the new deck is going to be coming out, the Oracle deck, which is all my paintings that I channel through with the divine energies, and I'm really excited about one more painting is all I got to do. So we're getting ready to do that, and then tomorrow, of course, Spiritually Paranormal with Holly Jenkins and myself, and we talk everything that's going on in the world and open to questions from you guys, and just kind of put that out, and we kind of have fun because she always makes fun of me or does something crazy. So with that, and then another good thing, which is going to be really cool, is Thursday. I'm starting. Oh, Press, you want a card? Yeah, I'll give you a card. Thursday is my good friend Joseph Amoroso is coming on to have a conversation, and I'm going to start picking people, just random people. If you want to be on the show, let me know, because it's going to be about conversations about what's going on in the world today and how we're all dealing with it. Just average, everyday people, special people, but everyday people. So yeah, keep it in mind. All right, Press, let's see what I got. Oh, I will let you know, Margaret, I have the card deck that I'm using now is available. I actually have some here at the house I can mail out. That's the totem cards. But the angel cards, I'm going to let everybody know. I had hoped to have it already out in the end of September. But unfortunately, I couldn't finish the painting. So, like I said, I got one more painting to do. So when I let it out, I'll let everybody know. But thanks for asking. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, you got this card. This card is one of the new cards, but I really, really like it. And that's the cheetah. Okay. Cheetahs, it's got sun on it. I don't know how to, there you go. There you go. Cheetah. Okay, so cheetahs are really kind of cunning animals. I actually watched a special that was just on them on a place in, like, I don't know, Netherlands or Scandinavia or something like that. And they have an island area, which is a huge area. And they have a bunch of them, and they're trying to get them to come back to that area. So they're, you know, working with programs to make sure they thrive. And cheetahs, okay, so cheetahs also, they're smart, they're stealth, they're very, very fast. They can go up to like 35 miles an hour to catch its prey or to get help for if it has a cub or whatever, right? Ooh, a kit, not a cub. I just got yelled at. Okay, so with you though, what I'm seeing with the cheetah for you today is old ways, like going back into old times, like Egyptian time, because I'm seeing what, like, cave writings, and they make cave writings on the walls, and I'm seeing the cheetah, but the cheetah giving you magic and power to do things that you need to. So it's almost like tapping into what the cheetah offers to share with you, but it's walking with you right now. And I'm seeing like magical, mystical, yeah, it's kind of like, okay, so they're walking forward, they're showing me the wall paintings, and then they're showing me a scale, right? Like a scale that tips, you know, they got the bowls on each side, and they're showing me the scale. And then I see another figure, which also is a cave drawing, reaching and touching the scale to balance it. Now, I believe what it's being interpreted as is you bringing and putting balance into your life, because they're showing me the scales, and that is the figure that's showing up there. But this cheetah is walking with you, so they want you to. And the cheetahs are fierce. They're like, but they're very loyal. So that's what they're bringing through to you. And actually, there's cave writings on the tombs of some of the pharaohs and the queens that actually had the cheetah on it as well. So this goes back to old practices. And this is what they're showing me. Go back to those old practices to bring you back to balance. Okay, so that's your card today, and I hope it resonates. All right, there you go. It's the cheetah. Thanks, Presh. I always love to have you here. You know that. Okay, so I guess, you know, if nobody else is here today, which is weird, but okay, not a problem. Till tomorrow, I guess, unless anybody wants to read still. Hi, Gail. Oh, you're from the UK too. Would you like a card before I take off? Because today's a quiet day. Something's going on. All right, let me just pull you a card, and then we'll see what happens. Got a lot of friends over in the UK. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, today you've got, I love these animals. These creatures are out on my lake. Is the heron, the blue heron. Herons. Okay, so this is about, okay, first I'm going to give you a little bit background with the heron. Herons are actually so big. I didn't realize how big they were till I had moved in here years ago, obviously, but I was sitting out front on the lakefront, and one kind of landed and was walking in front of me, and between the wingspan and literally how tall it was over my head, and I'm 5'4", so standing next to it, I was short. So they are a very cautious bird. They scope out where they go in to feed, and they very carefully step. Now I have a shallow end is on my seawall, so it would step through the plants and through the grass that's in the marsh here, and slowly, I mean, sometimes you can't even see them moving it. It's so slow. And then they put their foot down, and then when they see the food, they are very still, and then they strike. So to get their meal. So what I'm seeing for you is you have to be careful about where you're stepping, where you're choose what direction you're choosing to go. You have to be really kind of see a brush. You have to be very careful with how you're moving through parts of your life right now. And by careful, I don't mean that anything bad's going to happen, but you need to be aware. Don't step blindly into something, or blindly into a discussion, or blindly in with people you're not familiar with. Just be cautious. And again, it's not saying that anything bad's going to happen, but some of it might not be what you want to choose. So just be aware of that before you step into it. And it's like, I would imagine with what they're showing me, it's probably going to be about a week and a half that this is going on. And you'll be fine as long as you are aware of your surroundings, that being people, events, things that are going on, traffic. I mean, it's anything, but it's the things that are going in around you, around your life. Just be aware of not looking ahead of time so that you would step into something you don't want to step into, okay? So that is the card today for you. All right, guys. Well, I love you all, and for whatever reason, it is what it is. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, probably, I would think. And we'll be there with Holly Jenkins and myself. All right, guys. Take care. Love you all.
Yeah. Cool. What? Bye, bear, my bear.
Bye, Mama Bear.
See you later, bear, my bear, my bear.